Sorry if you guys can hear any fan noise. I have a fan running at me at maximum power right now. It is hot by the time I'm recording this, so you can see the smoke coming off of this dude. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at MonsterArts. Welcome to Goji Reviews. Let me just do a quick panorama. Not quick, like just a quick turn of the box. Yeah, I paid $130 for it back at Anime Expo. There's everything you can do. The only accessories I can tell right off the bat are just an extra set of hands. Looks pretty posable though. Looks pretty cool. Hope it's just as posable as Godzilla here. Alright, without further ado. Oh. Mumbo Jumbo at the bottom, or like 130.40. Who cares? I don't know what the current price is. I don't know what current market value is. But yeah, let's get to unboxing this guy. Alright, and here we are with Monster X, the big bad of Final Wars, well at least the first phase of the big bad. First phase of the final boss. Looks really cool. Then they go with the whole Ghidorah route, which I knocked my stand a little bit. Oh god. But it's a cool Ghidorah, but I like this whole predecessor thing a little bit more. Yeah, as you probably saw in the video, the tail's kind of loose. I'm just gonna assume that might be just, yeah, this thing's kind of loose. If there's one complaint for this figure, it's a loose tail. There you go. He can stand on his own though, but detail wise, got the beady red eyes, the two half skulls, the shoulder pauldrons, this whole skeletal skin muscle like type of texture. Twin tails are split off. While I'm just gonna say this now, while this is nice, even though these are loose, I still would prefer this over whatever the hell is going on with Haya Toys. I don't like bendy wires, for if those things break, you're gonna have a lot of issues, and that's a potential sharp hazard to deal with, rather than just, oh, this pops off. You could just plug it back in, like so, and I'll just live with it, honestly. I'll just live with it. But yeah, he's a pretty humanoid action figure, all things considered. Speaking of, let's look at articulation. Head, look down that far, look up that far, be careful of the sharp pointy bits. Jaw can open, do all this. You have a talk for you. You can turn a little bit left to right, but because of the design of the head, kind of knocks these guys out. That's limited. This can move up and down. Neck can move up and down. You can get a bit of an ab crunch going, and then a little bit of a, I'm just gonna let the tail fall off, a little bit side to side. Arms, they sort of can go 360 like a full. Just be mindful that these are free floating, but otherwise, yeah, you can sort of do 360. No, not much issue. Besides these shoulder caps that move, you got a little bit of butterfly joint happening. You got some bicep going on. You got some elbow past 90. I like how seamless that elbow joint looks, and then a little bit of a loose wrist, but who cares? Honestly, it's not that big of a deal for me, anyways. Spread the arms out. You can do all this with the waist, of course. Legs kick forward about that far, back about that far. You can sort of readjust some parts of the leg to get a better kick. You got a good spread to work with. And then double jointed knee. I always appreciate that. Looks seamless too. And then ankle pivot, ankle tilt, feet articulation, and whoops, my bad about the cutoff. But while this is off, I'm just gonna give me a little bit of a break to work with. Tail can move at that point. Right at the butt. Got a little bit of a joint right here. Ball joint, ball joint. Putting him down for a little bit of the tail here. Ball joints here, ball joint. Then two separate ball joints that carry these whole like tips. Yeah. Some would argue, why not make this a bendy wire, or why not make it so that these parts are articulated? You're just gonna have a lot of grief to work with. You're not gonna have fun. And then bendy wires as a whole are just not a good idea, in my opinion. I'd rather have them be ball jointed, just so that if a breakage does happen, I can fix it or replace a part. But yeah. In terms of accessories, it only comes with these. Which, I kind of like the hands he has on him more than these. But, yeah. You can't, if you have gravity beams, you can give them to him. I'm not gonna really show it, but I'll grab a screenshot from the movie that you can kind of tell that, oh hey, he does use this. If you have gravity beams, I have them, but I'm too lazy to get them. But if you have gravity beams, you can put them on him, two of the eyes, one coming out of the mouth, and it will work out just fine. For size comparison, I'm just gonna make this pretty quick too while I'm at it. I'm just gonna move him to the middle, and I'll be right back. Alright, starting off with size comparison, we have Final Wars Gigan, the final battle version, I think it's called. And yeah, they look pretty good together. The funny duo that tries to kick Godzilla's ass and kind of fails in doing so. Yoink. And then finally we have Final Wars Godzilla. He's a lot more posable than he is. I will just say that outright. He also feels a lot smoother to him compared to him. Still looks cool though, so I'm gonna work something out for like just photos or whatnot. But yeah, yoink. Alright, and that is gonna be it for today's video. I tried to get into the dab, it didn't exactly work out. Wait, maybe I can, maybe. Wait, here's a dream. Yes, it looks okay, but it's a dab. We got in the dab. Let's go, boys. But yeah, that's gonna be all I got for this video. Certain scenes pretty quick. Sorry about that. But this figure is kind of lackluster. Yeah, he's not bad. It just kind of, I don't know. I feel kind of underwhelmed a little bit. But he's a good companion piece to my Final Wars Gigan and my Final Wars Godzilla by MonsterArts. So I'm happy with that. Once again, I'm kind of a broken record for saying this, but Hiya Toys looks like it's got better articulation, like improved articulation points compared to when I reviewed the Ghidorah. However, for MonsterArts in particular, I'm not a fan of the fact that it seems like they're going with bendy wire. I forget the term for a moment. I'll probably flash a picture of it somewhere during a review on screen, and maybe even here while I'm at it. But yeah, anyways guys, I hope y'all enjoyed. Take care, like, comment, subscribe, usual YouTuber jargon. Gotta say those to get anywhere, but yeah, that's how it is. At least I say that to the end so that you don't get bombarded with those at the beginning, because that sucks, not gonna lie. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next review. Take care when I'm not as tired. Hope, man.